Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's Sybil. I am Sybil Wilkes, and joining me today, my partner in crime, Yolanda Starks White. Hey, yo.
Hey, Sybil.
How are you?
Hold on. Hey, who?
Yo, Londa,
Sib?
Bo.
Oh, hey, Sybil. I like yo.
I know. I don't like Sib.
Yeah,
Yeah, but everybody,
yeah.
calls me Sib, and I still don't like it. But
I don't call you Sib.
you don't. You don't. You're very nice that way.
Sybil
Uh,
with the C.
no,
Oh, you
it's
changed
a,
it?
yeah, it's an S. I just decided to change it to an S.
You remember when I used to sign all your cards?
Yeah, it was always incorrectly spelled.
Yeah.
And it was funny
For
to
the
her
first
for the
15
first 10,
years.
15 years. Yeah. Yeah. For those first 10, 15 years, it was hilarious.
Now, not so much.
Like us, it's gotten old.
Oh, damn. God dang.
How's that
Okay.
feel? Huh? Huh?
Whew.
Huh? Hello?
Hello.
You look very youthful. Are you liking your hair anymore?
No, but that's
No,
okay.
no.
I am not my hair.
Okay, India. All
And
right.
no, well, you know what? My personality is so great, it doesn't matter what
Hmm.
my hair looks like.
There you go.
And
Okay.
wouldn't it be great if that were true?
I was gonna say, but it is. Let's just go with it.
Okay. Are you liking your hair?
It depends on the day.
Okay.
Some
Today
days.
it looks beautiful. Good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you got that Farrah Fawcett look today.
Oh, is that right? Oh.
Ooh. Do the shake, Sybil. You silly girl. Oh my good. And that's all your hair? Let me see you rub your hands through. Wow. Oh wow. All right.
That's
Go
it.
with your little hair.
You and your little hair.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, let's get back to the little show.
Okay.
Um,
Do we have to?
no, we don't have to. What would you like to do?
Sybil, I'm tired.
Why are you tired? You've been getting sleep, right?
Well, the one thing being away, the one thing that I really realized that I think I knew that I really know now, I really enjoy sleep.
Yes.
Oh my God, sleep is good.
But yes, very good.
But coming back to my life, I don't know if you have an express yourself question today, but I
No.
think that's
Okay.
coming back to my life is back to my life.
So what does that mean? So the question is,
If you could do something different in your life, what would it be?
oh,
If money wasn't an object
hmm,
and you can do that's what my therapist asked me today.
oh, and what did you say?
Well, it's my assignment.
Oh,
My
that's your.
assignment is to what do I want my life to look like? And then we can work on if it's really possible to work my way towards what I want my life to look like.
So it's oh, wow, that encompasses so much. Not only your job, but your personal life. Are you married? Are you single? Do you
She
have
said,
friends?
whatever that looks like for you.
Wow, you kind of alluded that to a conversation we had the other night. So I'm just wondering if that is um, reflective of where you are. Interesting. Okay, so we'll look forward to that.
Okay.
So the question once again, so for people who, um,
What would you like for your life to look like if money wasn't an object? Because a lot of us
yeah, it's
spend
tied
so
to.
much time
Hmm.
working because we have to pay our bills that we don't really get to live the life that we want to live. And I told my nephew, and it last night it just kind of hurt his heart that unfortunately, as I'm hearing more and more, you have more years behind you than you in front of you.
Hmm.
So for those of you that are retired or looking for retirement or just starting in the workplace, what do you want your life to look like? And then, like my therapist was saying, what can you do to work towards achieving that? It could be your health. You want better health. It could be a companion. It could be work. It could be. So I'm just saying.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
I look forward to your answer. Whenever you give it to your therapist, will you share it with us?
Oh, I knew what it was. We just ran out of time.
Oh.
I already know what I want. We don't have to go for a deep dive.
Uh-huh.
None of
Uh-huh.
that.
Okay. Okay. All
I
right.
just don't know how to get to it. And if she can help me with that, I'm willing to listen to her.
Okay. Well, that's a big step for you, taking, the advice from somebody else and working your way towards that. I look forward to your journey.
Okay. Are you sure?
Well, I don't know. Let me know how it works for you. Send me a note. Post it on Instagram.
Well, I don't post on social media. Can I just call you? Because I don't know that I'm gonna send a note or a card or that. No.
Well, we don't do well by phone.
Oh yeah, we had that. Well, we'll just do better. How about that?
Okay. Okay. Call me till you reach me.
Okay, okay. I'm willing to do that. How's your life today?
It's okay. It's okay. I found myself waking up and trying to get a lot of stuff done early, and now and no time really, no downtime in order to make up for my early morning rise. So I'm just kind of like need some energy and and I found myself very tired as I was looking at the clock, going, oh shoot, and trying to do the mundane things like turn on the lights, turn on the computer, all of that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
So it's one of those days. Um,
Is that who you think it is? You can't
hey,
see that?
Congressman, I didn't know that you were putting up a message. Hey, Congressman, how are you?
Is that who you think it is? Is that
Yes,
your
I
friend?
believe so.
Oh, okay.
We talked the last couple of days. He's going to become a
Oh,
radio star in Chicago. I'm hoping. So you know,
oh, is that
yeah,
right?
yeah. Congressman Jesse Jackson Jr. on the line with us. Congressman, it's great to hear from you, and I look forward to you coming on and joining us here. We'd
Oh,
love
that
to
would
have
be
you.
awesome. Oh my
Yeah,
God, to have him. Oh my God, that would be
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah. He's, if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to tell what he's doing, but he is working to get some things done in the Chicagoland area on the media. So, in the media, I should say. So
That's
it's great to
wonderful.
see you.
Well, we're very proud of him. So whatever he chooses to do, we support him and we
And
need him.
and he's been
We
very supportive to me and to us over the years on the Tom Dorner Morning Show. And if you have not read his book that he wrote with his mother, um, it just touches your heart. Tried to get them for the cruise one year, and timing just wasn't right. But still a big fan, and would love to talk to him as time allows. So
I
let
would be interested to hear him politically during this season because he just sits from a different purview than we
yeah,
do.
yeah, for
And
sure.
so it would be great to hear his insight as opposed to all of the talking heads that we are used to seeing because
That we're used to seeing and have become very comfortable. But he has, as you said, his purview. He comes from an insider as well as someone now who is not quite so inside. But definitely, his father ran for president twice.
yes.
He has been a United States congressman, and now he is out of the politics business per se. But I know you don't like that word. But he is also one who has an interesting perspective, as you say. So,
Hmm.
Congressman, we're inviting you on. Let's get you on and talk about all of this. What are you
Well,
doing Monday?
well, wait till I can be on. So,
Okay, well, you can be on Monday.
okay.
That's not stopping you. So unless you want to come on tonight with Yolanda and me and let us know, we'll send you a send you a link. So here we go. Yolanda, Aprilette is not with us today, and so we will carry on in her absence but still talk about mental health and wellness. And as you mentioned, we're sending out great vibes to Aprilette.
Yeah.
The What You Need to Know newsletter. This is our Monday through Friday newsletter. We'd love to have you subscribe to it if you haven't already. It's absolutely free. Go to Sybil Wilkes, not with a C, with an S, SybilWilkes.com. Give us your name and your email address, and we'll have it in your email box every Monday through Friday. And then we come here Monday through Thursday and talk about the stories that oftentimes that appear in the newsletter, as well as what's going on in the world after the newsletter has appeared, and things that happen between what 6, 7 o'clock in the morning and now,
Right.
and look ahead to the next day sometimes. Our mental health and wellness story in today's newsletter points out, and this is something, Yolanda, you can speak to, why it's important for the Black community to embrace therapy for mental health. How important is it for us to recognize mental health therapy in our community? Um, Obviously, it is. I think it's of great importance. In the headline of the story says why it's time for Black community to embrace therapy for mental health. Once seen as an issue that Caucasian people encountered, suicide has been increasingly prevalent among Black people. According to the data from the Pew Charitable Trust, the latest federal data shows that the suicide rate among Black youth ages 10 to 19 surpassed that of their white peers for the first time in 2022. That's a startling fact,
Startling.
increasing 54% since 2008 compared to a 17% increase for white youth. In fact, the suicide rate among Black adolescents is increasing faster than any other racial and ethnic group. From 2007 to 2020, the suicide rate rose 144% among 10 to 17-year-olds who are Black. Although the overall youth suicide rate is trending down, the data raises alarms and should be about the need to improve and address mental health care for Black communities. That's an astounding statistic, and especially as we, I can't say that no one here is not familiar with the ups and downs of young teenage life, whether we remember it or we are dealing with someone who is in that age group today. And especially after the pandemic, that had a really detrimental effect on the lives of our young people, and one that has been linked to suicide. Even today, as we are a couple of years out of the pandemic, still the young people feeling the effects of it and not really coming out of it the way others have. Coming out of it, and no one has come out of this unscathed, but coming out of it not with the suicidal thoughts or suicidal tendencies that follow people out of the pandemic.
Well, I think that it is blank just because my brain is a little, so be patient with me. I think it is blank of you to address young people, but I think we put so much concentration on young people's mental health, but I think the older generation actually needed more.
So is it wrong?
Well, I don't know wrong because I don't judge. I don't know right or wrong. But what I'm saying is, when I talk to young people are aware that mental health is important.
Mhm.
Whereas my family and friends that are around my age, they don't acknowledge mental health at all. And they we have suffered so much trauma that we didn't recognize as trauma. And so we're so quick to say, well, my mama beat my ass all the time and I'm all right.
Hmm.
Well, are you? You know? And so, whereas today, young people recognize that beating your ass might not be the best, you might not get the best results of beating an ass. But older people hold on to that nonsense,
Right.
I think. And so I think my point is that we all need to embrace some type of of mental and a professional, because a lot of people, we say, well, we have our girlfriends, and
Mhm.
I think my girlfriends have gotten me through a lot of stuff unscathed in my life that I have brought upon myself just through working and talking with them. But there are certain dynamics that the right professional can do to tap in to help you possibly dive deeper and really get to the surface of what's really going on? I think maybe.
I wonder because in this case we're talking about suicide and not necessarily just in terms of therapy and what that does because this is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. And so I don't want to negate what that looks like in adults, but I do want
Hmm.
to take a look at it in terms of what it means for our young people. Michael Stallworth on Facebook, I think what Yolanda is talking about is the generational differences in approach to mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as you said, you have young people who recognize, what mental health challenges they have.
Because they talk about it more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more. It's
Is it
not.
more accepted?
Yeah, I think so. Which is very interesting
Hmm.
because I would be interested in the research, maybe, but not really, on with them being more aware why the suicide rate is so much higher. What's that correlation of them being more aware of mental health? Because I don't want to say disease, but mental health. But as a result, it seems like it's more damaging. It seems
Hmm.
like that they have a harder time dealing with challenges that mental
Therapy.
therapy could help with, I guess. I don't know.
I think that what we're going through now. Every day we hear reports of threats being made at schools around the country. Since last Wednesday, there were like 14 arrests made in the state of Georgia following the mass shooting in Georgia a week ago at the
Really?
Appalachian High School.
At
Yeah,
different
at
schools
different schools around
with,
the
with
state.
children that have guns?
Yes, in some cases they were arrested for their threats, and in other cases, the children have been found to have guns in their possession when they were making the threats.
I'm not really of the gun culture, and I'm really surprised. Simple. I'm really surprised at the number of people I know that have guns and are just very cavalier about it. Like a lot of people, you know how we say a lot of people smoke weed, it's just
Mhm.
us. A
Mhm.
lot of people have guns, it's just us.
That don't have them,
Yeah,
that you know of.
but that I know of.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And that's the smoking weed part too.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little THC to make you go to sleep at night. Um, but I will say that this is an interesting article, and take a look at it. And you can also read one black girl's bout with suicidal thoughts and how she got help. Check that out in our What You Need to Know newsletter under the mental health banner. And it is also Black Voters Matter Thursday. And young Coy Malone talks about a white Michigan judge who was ousted for racist and gay slander. Her name is Kathleen Ryan, an Oakland County, Michigan probate judge, elected in 2010. She's been on the bench for a while, removed from her position in August after the court's administrator exposed their phone calls that were secretly recorded after work hours for several years. This went on. In the phone,
Wait, say that again.
her court administrator exposed their phone calls that were secretly recorded after work hours. And these calls went on for several years. So let me finish here. In the phone recordings, the judge used an anti gay slur against the person who is the county's highest elected official, who is also gay. And also, she is referring to Black people as lazy. I'm not systematically racist, she said. I'm a new racist. Oh, so you looking for a badge? You're looking for, like a, hey, welcome to the
Right.
club, new racist. A pat on the back. The administrator sent the recordings to the Michigan State Supreme Court justice, and they suspended Ryan with pay. That always gets me. They still get paid for what they've done on the job.
So
Uh,
wait, hold on. because it's an investigation.
Mhm.
So they should be fired without pay while it's being
No, no, just
investigated. Oh,
if you're
okay.
doing this while you're getting paid, then if you're exposing your gay and your racist thoughts, then perhaps we should dock you for that. And while we do the investigation,
But what if
that's just
the
my opinion. That's
I
just
know,
my
but in
opinion.
your opinion, what if the investigation comes back not true?
And we'll give you the money.
That's one way
We'll
of doing it.
reimburse you.
So you're guilty before proven
Yes,
innocent.
yes, yes. And yet,
Everybody is entitled to their opinion.
did you take that? You have your cover up. It's like a tie dye. Did you take that out of my closet?
I think this is yours.
I
I
was
think
going.
this
Okay,
is
okay,
yours.
okay. This has nothing
Thanks,
to do with Black Voters
thanks,
Matter. I'm
Sybil.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Thanks for calling me out like that.
I'm sorry. I just it looks familiar, but it looks good on you. So hold on to it. Yeah, it does so much for you. So take a look at that story in the newsletter, as well as young Cameron, our political contributor, is also talking about grocery bills are still too damn high. He didn't say the damn part, but I thought about that when that we should have had that in the headline, because of, remember the gentleman years ago said rent's too damn high. Well, groceries are still too damn high. I paid $65 for some groceries last night. That included some chicken that was already prepared, a noodle salad, and some pistachio nuts and some valerian root. I was like,
Did you give me some nectarines?
no, I didn't know you were back on nectarines. Are you back on nectarines?
Well, the
Because
season
yeah,
has not been good, but I'm willing to try it.
okay, so I'll remember that the
Okay.
next time I can afford to go back to the grocery store. And
Rose
the
McCall
simple
say that food goes up every other day.
Rose McCall, I'm with you. I'm with you. I told this on the air the other day. I was excited because the cost of container of instant coffee went down at Walmart like a couple of dollars.
Oh,
But
did it?
that doesn't compensate for all the other stuff that is still too damn
But
high.
that's a start. Let's celebrate that.
I did,
Yeah.
but then when I went back to the store and it was
It
I
went
paid
back up.
no, when I went back to the store and I was paying $65 for 4 pieces of chicken and I ate two, and then they're just not good. And so a salad and some other things, some pistachios, and the Simply Limeade. Your request is just too damn high.
And I never offer to pay you back. That's just always on the
Oh,
grocery list.
I would never expect that of you. I've come to recognize that. Let's move to what's really going on. And as Yolanda suggested earlier, this question: if money was not important, if it was not an object, if money was no object, what do you want your life to look like? That's a great question. Do we have any responses yet?
Let's see. Not yet.
Okay.
So I'll respond. I'll start. So I have come to realize, accept, my brain is a little slow, so be patient with me.
That's okay.
I'm in this season right now where I don't feel like I am being true to who I really am.
Hmm.
That I have spent my whole adult life being responsible, making the right decisions, being accountable, and all of that. But I really am a free spirit.
Yes. Well, you've always been a free spirit.
But I have not, like my girlfriend was
Lived out
telling
your
me,
free spiritness.
my girlfriend Tracy was just like, can you believe you've lived in the same place for 16 years? I'm like, really? Like, I'm not that stable. Like, I'm one of the few people, I like moving. I don't have a problem moving. My
You
life
don't
is
have a problem with change, period.
right. But I like the idea of moving, and the idea of being stagnant is against my spirit.
Hmm.
So if it wasn't about money and I could just do,
You could get up and fly away.
That's what I would do. I would just go different. I would go to different countries and do yoga and just walk around with no shoes on.
And naked.
Ooh, I used to be more comfortable with naked. I'm now just a little insecure about my,
Okay, okay, okay.
yeah.
Because
But
you really don't have.
yeah,
I'm like,
but
I'm
I
like,
can get over
cover
that.
me up with everything you've got.
Well, I'll get over that really fast. But I just, I just want to be free.
That's a good song title. Um, what about this past week? Do you think that generated that kind of thought process
Well,
when
you
you
know
were?
what? I thought it did, but as usual, you bust my bubble because you're like, yeah, you felt that way when you were in Sarasota at your other little training.
Well, you did it. You do, and I don't know if I said your other little training, but you do. The great thing about you is that you're always seeking to learn, and you take the time and you invest in
Yeah,
yourself
yeah.
and invest in improving and learning these things that as they become available.
So, Sybil, you will you answer? What would you do? What would your life look like?
I would close every.
Seriously, don't tell
No,
me
no.
Hawaii with the.
Well, I would go to Hawaii's
I
water's
know.
edge, but that I'm serious about that. I would, and if it's not Hawaii, I want to go to a warm community where I can have a bar slash bookstore. I promise you that I think the wild dream of mine would be to own a National Football League team. Okay. And I would bring Colin Kaepernick as my quarterback. That's pie in the sky thinking. I know. This is why I still don't watch NFL football, but college football is still good. But at any rate, I promise you, I would just I wouldn't even try to throw stuff out. I would just close everything down and say you can have it, and I would sell off the properties that I have and pay off my bills, and I would move to wherever I could.
And where? Like where? Like what's wrong with Galveston?
I've not had a good experience with Galveston.
You've been to Galveston?
Hmm.
How about
I
Fort
like Austin. I like Austin. I think the area in, I'm not crazy about the weather in Reno, but I think for most of the year, Nevada
Why
can,
you not? Why? What about the
because
weather?
I want to get away from all cold and snow and things like that.
Nevada is cold.
Nevada has snow.
Oh, okay.
Arizona has snow.
It
California
does.
has snow. Yeah,
It does.
yeah,
Okay.
the mountains.
Well, don't go to the
But I
mountain.
want to go to a warm climate. And it might be come November, I'll be moving to a foreign country. But wherever it is, I want it to be a warm climate if we don't get our act together and vote. But I'm very serious about that. And I
So
get a
what?
dog.
So let's say that the election goes the way that you want it to go, and everything is kumbaya. So, in really realizing this dream,
Hmm.
you would do what to do that?
I'm saying if
Why
the
can't
elect,
you do that?
I I don't think that I'm in a financial state to do
Got
that.
it. Okay, that's what I was listening
But
for.
if money were no object,
Right.
then yes, I would.
Okay. 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 Why you look like that?
Well, I'm because I'm looking at you the way you're looking, and I don't know how to interpret that either. But
No,
I know,
there's not.
like tone, I shouldn't interpret. I know.
Yeah, yeah, don't do that. It was just. This is me actively listening. I'm just saying.
Oh golly, Shirley Ann Tony Davis on Facebook. I would want my life to be peaceful at all time, but how do you get
Yeah.
there?
What does that mean? What does peace look like for you?
What kind of break it down for us if you can? Rebecca Becky Jones, Rebecca Becky, okay, with the good hair, on Facebook. I'd love to just travel, to tour, go to festivals, shows, sports events, international, national, and local. So you want to live Tom Joyner's life, and he's able to do that. Good for you.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Sybil, you know what? As much as I love music, I really am okay with not going to another concert, except for El DeBarge and Shaka Khan
What about after
and Lionel
7?
Richie and After Seven and The Whispers. No, I'm kidding. But I think I'm done with live shows.
I would have made the exception. I think I am too, especially not live shows, period, but live shows in large venues.
Right.
That is where my hesitancy comes in. And I don't have abject fear, but I do have a sense of, I can't even, as you would say, a sense of blank when it comes to going into a large venue. I do have great apprehension.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of walking.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
people. It's a lot of energy in one space. So yeah, I get it. It's a lot. So speaking of which, if you are invited to the White House Christmas party this year, are you
Mm,
interested in going?
of course.
Okay.
You know something I don't? Oh, you're
No,
speaking of a lot of walking. A lot of work to go into it and a lot of walking. You're
for a
right.
picture.
With
Because
the
we
next president of the United States.
we've seen all. No, it won't be that president. It would be the president we took it with last year. That same picture. You stand on Jill's side, and I stand on
Uh,
President Biden's
uh,
side this time.
this time.
So yeah, it's the same
And
thing.
have Tracy say, "You all went to the same event."
Like, please tell me you did something different. No, no, we walked around, we looked at the Christmas trees, we oohed and awed. We saw, yeah.
We talked. We with some people we hadn't seen all year,
Mm-hmm.
which I enjoy. I enjoy seeing people that we haven't seen in a while.
Well, good for you.
Rose McCall is back on Facebook. Did you all see the people that just had to go back for a nine? That just got back from a 9-month cruise. I haven't seen the final, but did you hear how people had such a difficult time?
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
This was a cruise in which, and it was mostly elderly people. And Rose, while you're asking that question, I want to ask you: is that something you would be interested in doing? Would you go on a round the world cruise for 9 months, no matter what the cost is? And there were
Mm.
stories about the fact that the company, if we're talking about the same one, Rose, the company ran out of business, and there were a lot of people who were left high and dry in a port because they
Wait,
couldn't
wait,
book
wait. What happened? In the
the,
middle of the cruise,
in
they
the
ran
middle of
out
the
of
cruise. Yeah,
business.
yeah,
Oh my
they
goodness!
ran out of
And so
money,
what happened?
and so the people had to find their way back home.
Where is this
And
in
they
America?
were like in European ports,
Oh,
and this
but
was
where?
I'm
Oh
sorry.
wow.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just I didn't. Wow. Hmm.
And one man, he had lost his wife, and he sold his house, took all of his money, and put it in this cruise. And I don't know if he'll ever get his money back.
Oh,
I mean, that's
sorry.
an investment, in his future, he said. But that's worse than the stock market.
Wow. Well, speaking of which,
Shirley Ann Tony Davis on Facebook. I would cruise the Caribbean.
mhm,
Yeah.
we love your
Midnight
friend.
Rider on YouTube. I would produce a TV show featuring Sybil Wilkes and Yolanda Starks White called "What in Hell Do You Want?" Topics unlimited.
All right, Midnight. We might be calling you. I
Okay,
love that.
we're not gonna wait till another joiner cruise to get with you about this idea you have.
Okay, right. We saw him last year. We didn't see him this year.
Yeah, this past cruise.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I saw him last year. Okay.
Shirley Ann, Belize would be wonderful to live in. I know that it was a very nice place to visit. I don't know about living there, but
I've
I'll
never
trust
been.
your
Have
word.
we been to Belize?
Yeah, we visited Belize.
Have
Not
I?
you and me. It was a stop on the way to
On
somewhere.
the cruise. That
Yeah.
don't count. Does it count? Because we've been to all the islands, but I don't consider. I don't. When you go on a cruise and you're at the port. You're not going into the city and really being
And
there.
really understanding the neighborhoods and the shopping.
Right. Right.
You got one more before we close this out?
Yep.
Janet Ferguson on Facebook. I would travel all over the world if money was no object. Where's the first place you go, and where do you want to end up?
Right.
Where's the first place you would go if money were no object, Yolanda?
Sedona, Arizona.
That's your spot now. Did you take pictures?
I did take pictures, and you know I don't take pictures.
Right,
I did. Those red rocks, and
right.
it's not Phoenix, it's not Flagstaff, it's not Tucson, it is Sedona. It is though it is, and unless, but I'm open to maybe. But those rocks, they spoke to my soul, spirit, Sybil.
Mm,
It
mm.
did. It awakened my spirit. Don't be like that.
It's so dramatic, but it's really cool to see you excited about that. I'm
Yeah.
really happy for you.
Well,
Good for
I'll be
you.
glad when I get over this. I really do. I need
Why? I think
because
you need this. I think this buoys your spirit.
okay.
You have a buoyancy and a kind of an energy now that really is it's great to see. Because we do get bogged down in this, and we get bogged down in the everyday
Yeah,
with our
and
families
as
and
soon
our.
as I got back, I was on the debates and wondering what Trump's gonna say, and
No,
my
you
life.
weren't. No, you
Oh,
weren't.
just that
You were
night.
being kind to me
No,
by
it
be
wasn't.
by.
No, I need because of what I do. I gotta be. Unfortunately, I really need to be informed.
Yeah. Well, you are. You're informed and entertained and empowered.
Well, because of you,
No, because of all of this that we do.
right?
Let's move to trending topics. Francine was a tropical depression today
Hmm.
over Mississippi. The National Hurricane Center said in its latest advisory, and Francine, will continue to weaken as it tracks through the south, but the system will still pack flooding rains and tornado threats into the weekend, they believe. Rainfall from the system is affecting a broad area that extends from the lower Mississippi Valley to the Carolinas, and lingering strong wind gusts have downed trees and power lines in a few spots. A lot of people woke up without power this morning, and across Mississippi, western Alabama. A few tornadoes are possible across parts of Alabama, Georgia, and neighboring states through tonight, including all the way up to Arkansas. And she produced wind gusts up to 78 miles an hour. That's when she was at hurricane status, and brought more than 8 inches of rain into New Orleans when it hit yesterday.
Dang, that's a lot.
No, New Orleans can't catch a break.
Hmm.
New Orleans can't catch a break. A federal appeals court Thursday rejected former President Donald Trump's request to freeze a court ruling that allows his New York hush money, I just like to say hush money, trial sentencing to go forward on November 26th. The ruling at issue came from a federal trial judge, Alvin Hellerstein, who said he would not remove the case from the hands of New York trial judge Juan Merchan and block Trump's upcoming sentencing. In its short order, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit seconded Hellerstein's ruling, said it was denying Trump's emergency request in light of the sentencing delay he's already gotten. He was initially scheduled to be sentenced September 18th. That would be next week. But on September 6th, Merchan granted the Republican presidential nominee's request to push the date back past the election to November. Spokespersons for Donald Trump and the district attorney Alvin Bragg's office did not immediately respond to that decision. Now, this scares me, and we're talking about what we would do. And my part of mine would be in agreement with you is to travel. This happened in Michigan. Check this out.
Hold on,
Scary.
before you do that, I have a
Yeah.
question about the Trump thing, right quick.
Uh-huh.
They moved it to November,
Yes,
so if there's a slight chance that he wins,
it's over.
okay,
They can still find him, or still sentence him, but for all intents and purposes, because of what the Supreme Court has come down with,
that's what I was asking.
yeah, yeah, it's
Wow.
over.
So but he won't be president then. He won't
But
be president until January.
yeah, but for all intents and purposes, you're not going to put him in jail from November to January 21st or January 20th or the 19th, so he can show up to be inaugurated.
Okay.
It's it's
Well,
done. So that's why he's pushing so hard, to become president.
Right.
Uh, as I said, this is very scary for travelers. A man is facing sexual assault and invasion charges after officials say he went on a work trip to Michigan, copied a hotel room key, assaulted a woman, then flew back to his home in Arizona. Prosecutors say the man, identified as 36-year-old Joel Delavara, lives in Yuma, Arizona. He was in Oakland County, Michigan, just outside of Detroit, for a work conference. They say had filed charges against him in August. He was charged with first-degree criminal sexual conduct, second-degree sexual criminal sexual conduct, and first-degree home invasion. According to the prosecutor's office, the suspect was in Auburn Hills August 14th. The victim was a guest at a local hotel where this occurred. It's alleged the defendant had a copy made of the victim's hotel room key.
How do you do, what does that mean?
They don't even explain
Oh,
how it is, and I've got to find out. I promise
yeah.
you, I'm going to find out because this just blows my mind. He made had a copy made of the victim's hotel room key, gained access to her room, and sexually assaulted her before leaving the scene and flying back to Arizona. The victim reported the attack to law enforcement and charges were issued. The prosecutor's office did not answer questions about how the hotel room key was copied. I got to call somebody. I got to find out, how do you make a copy of the hotel room key? So, what it sounds like is they may have met in a bar, had a conversation. She might have put her key down on the bar, gone to the restroom, and came back, and somehow he managed to make a copy of it.
Okay, that even if I gave you my key, I don't see how you can make a copy of it.
Well, it's like when you go to the hotel and they have that little machine. I
Right.
don't,
But that
I don't know
but
if he carries it with him or not, um,
but that I
but
would
it
think,
warrants investigation.
yeah, I'm just
Absolutely.
curious because I would think that the machine that the hotel has is programmed for
Yeah,
their system. And if I have a machine, that would be just too easy. If I have a machine, I can go to any hotel and make a key and go in.
and
So
that's a
that
scary
can't be
thought.
it.
That's a scary
But
thought.
criminals be criminaling. They figure that stuff out.
Yeah, and to the detriment of this woman who was sexually assaulted.
Right.
Donald Trump said Thursday he will not participate in another debate with Vice President Kamala Harris, squashing the potential for a second meeting between the two candidates before Election Day. And his reason? When a prize fighter loses a fight, the first words out of his mouth are, "I want a rematch." He posted this on his Truth Social media site, asserting that he won Tuesday's debate with the vice president despite some polls showing otherwise. Have you seen this? It's like a whole video montage of him saying how much he won the debate by. And
I
every
need
time it's like
to see
80 to 7,
that.
93 to 103, all kinds of ridiculous numbers. And somebody said, "Where'd you get your numbers from?" 200 to 100. He doesn't acknowledge, he doesn't say how he got his numbers, but he says that, unlike the vice president, who they said they would like to do a second debate, he said that is the sign of someone who lost the debate. When everyone to a person has said, with the exception of Donald Trump, even some of his insiders have confided to people, yeah, he lost. Shortly after, the vice president took the stage in a rally in North Carolina where she addressed her desire to face the former president again. She said, "I believe we owe it to the voters to have another debate because this election and what are at stake could not be more important." So good for her for, saying that. I mean, in the argument I got into with Stephen Hill yesterday, he said that she didn't answer the question, and so this will give her an opportunity to answer the questions fully. But I said that, maybe
Wait,
she was,
what to give her an opportunity to answer? Because
a
she did.
second debate would give
Why
her
do
an
you think
opportunity.
she didn't answer the question?
I'm sorry.
Why do you think she didn't answer the question coming
I
up?
think she was. I think that was the first question, and I think that she might have just trying to get herself steadied, or maybe there were some nerves involved, and she was concentrating on what she needed to do to kind of flip it to him. because there were all of these pivots, and this was going to be the
But I
first
would
of the
think in
pivots.
the training or the rehearsal,
They probably did, Yolanda.
but
They
no. What I'm saying is the first question is the one you need to nail.
and they probably did. I'm not saying that wasn't a part of the training, but
Mm,
she might have been nervous, and I think she was just trying to get her legs under her, as I said, to to steady herself, and felt more comfortable in pivoting, and often in debates it's not the question that you're asked, it's the question you want to answer.
right, right. She could have done that. But even with that, she is. I mean, I was just so proud of her, and she's just this great speaker, and she's very dynamic. Um, but it was just a couple of times she was so great, but he was so him. It don't matter what she would have done.
Right.
But it was a couple of times that I wish she's like, come on, just say it. I mean, but there has to be some training on why, and I don't know. And God, where's Jesse Jackson Jr.? There has to be some reasons why she did not, like, even with the border situation, she has a legitimate answer.
Yeah.
As he was drilling that in, why wasn't she drilling the answer? It's like, it's your fault. He
You're
kept
right.
saying that.
Yeah.
It's your fault. I'm just curious. There has to be
And you know what? I can't speak to that because I know that when you are with the lights and the cameras and you got because you can't have any notes and you got all of the stuff running through your head. And I know I sound like I got all this rolling around my head.
right.
But it is, no matter what in your heart of hearts that you have said in the rehearsals, in the practice
Right.
debates,
Oh, without a doubt.
kind of all flies away.
Right.
And that's the only I don't have the answer to it. It may be like you said, maybe Jesse Jr.
Now,
will.
because, and like your mama told you, you can't have no missteps.
Right.
You got to be.
Yeah, she had to be on point every moment
Yeah,
of that debate.
we couldn't give it, and we know that that's something he talks about all the time. We know that's what he talks about.
Right.
I am just surprised she didn't shut him down, and she had the ammunition to do
She had
so.
the ability to do it.
But she did a great job. Good for
But
her.
she also has to do, and you got to think about this too. Her abilities are also stymied by the fact that when you shut somebody down, you have to do it in such a way. You can't be the angry black woman. You can't be, you can't be the know it all, but you have to do it in a way that people go, ooh, that hurt. That is.
I don't think she had to rehearse that. She got that. She got that. And I don't know if it was because she's a black woman in America, like you're good at that too. And I don't know that I would, if I was prepping you, that I would have to prep you for what you throw in there. She got that. She would that they did if they spent time on that, they really should have spent time on making
Some other
sure you
things.
answer number one. Because I mean, and she masterfully, talk about this, but stab him. She's a prosecutor. That's what they do.
Could you come take these knives out my back, please?
Right.
She will have an opportunity to speak to perhaps some of these questions. The interview that she did not have with the National Association of Black Journalists, which hosted Donald Trump in August, she will have an opportunity to do that next week, according to reports,
With who?
in Georgia, with the National Association of Black Journalists. I don't know who the journalists are going to be.
Oh,
It
okay.
might be the same three women, Rachel Scott and Harris Faulkner and the young woman from Semaphore. But I'm not sure.
Okay.
It might be three white guys who are part of the National Association of Black Journalists. I'm kidding.
I know. I haven't been a member in so long.
I'm kidding.
I don't know who's a part of it anymore.
Um, Donald Trump did get. Oh, I don't want to go to this particular one. I like to give people information about the dangers of our foods, and I know you don't, but this is really critical. Cinnamon is a staple in many kitchens, whether it's sprinkled on your oatmeal, in your coffee, or used in an ingredient from your snacks like snickerdoodles. And there's a five spice chicken. Don't ask me how I know about the five spice chicken in which cinnamon is included.
That's
And
impressive.
some people even take cinnamon as a health supplement,
Yeah,
right?
I think Ward
Saying for
does.
diabetes,
Yeah,
right?
no, I think Ward. I think Ward. That's part of Ward's diet.
Okay. So, and I'm sure it's not for diabetes for ward, but a lot of people have recommended cinnamon in order to ward off diabetes. The Consumer Reports organization warns that high levels of lead were found in 12 cinnamon and spice brands. Recalled applesauce pouches containing cinnamon left more than 500 children with lead poisoning, and new research is offering further cause for concern regarding the popular spice used in baked goods, frankly, and used in these other ways. They found troubling levels of lead in one third of ground cinnamon and cinnamon containing spice blends it tested, according to findings that were released today, involve brands carried by mainstream grocery stores as well as those that sell international foods. Purchased from 17 stores in Connecticut, New Jersey, New York, and online, 12 of the 36 brands measured above 1 part per million of lead. That's the threshold that triggers a recall in New York. And New York is the only U.S. state to regulate heavy metals in spices, the only state that said, "Yeah, we're gonna investigate this." And a list of the products can be found at consumerreports.org. I do know that Whole Foods is one of those that has the cinnamon with the acceptable levels that are not dangerous. But lead in your baby's bodies, in your husband's body, it's distressing. It's distressing.
Yeah,
Let's
that's deep. That's
do,
deep.
do you use cinnamon at all? Like
No,
put it on your banana pudding?
no.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay,
don't
good.
cook, so I don't.
But do you notice that cinnamon is on your banana pudding or anything that Ward bakes for you?
I don't have a distinguished palate where I'm able to identify different.
Well, it's not paprika, so it might be cinnamon.
Okay.
Entertainment. I'm going to get to the well-known entertainer, but I have to preface this. I have to start out by saying congratulations to the original TJMS baby or toddler, Leah. She and her husband Billy have welcomed
Oh my goodness!
Harper Autumn is her name.
Oh my goodness!
And I
Oh,
got word today from the baby's papa, Kevin, and I wish all of them. And she
and
is just
today is the 12th, so September the 12th.
September 12th.
Nice.
Beautiful little girl.
I bet. Have you
And
gone over there yet?
no, try to keep me away.
Well,
Um, Happy birthday, Michael Stallworth. Did not know it was your
our
birthday.
our longtime friend Michael
Yes,
Stallworth. Thank you so
Emmanuel
much.
Murphy. Thanks for reminding us
Yeah, he
on
said his
Facebook
birthday is tomorrow.
on Friday the 13th.
His birthday is the 13th. Oh my goodness!
All of your friends are on Friday the 13th.
Did we? Oh, it was Gary Bond.
Yeah.
Bond.
Bond, Gary Bond, Miss
Yeah.
Eileen,
Yep.
Lexi,
My Lexi.
Yvonne, Yanla, Tyler
Tavis.
Perry, Tavis Smiley.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, Michael Stallworth. Okay. No wonder you're so brilliant. I
You're in
get it.
good company, Michael.
Yeah, I
You're
get
in
it.
good company.
Well, happy birthday, sweetheart. I hope you do something to bring you joy.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I know, baby.
There's nothing like it. Cardi B's family just grew a little larger in entertainment. She gave birth to her third child, announcing it on social media. She just revealed her pregnancy last month, just as she was filing for divorce from her partner Offset. And there were pictures and videos of her holding the baby and breastfeeding the baby. Also, pictures of the older siblings, a little girl and a little boy, and Offset holding the baby, a little girl and smiling big, and it looked like the family was very happy. So, congratulations to them.
Congratulations.
Absolutely. Yolanda, would you like to close out with not only giving a birthday greeting as you did to Michael Stallworth, but close out with a jewel?
Yes, Sybil. Remember, this week we're talking about growth mindset.
Hmm.
And so today's is a growth mindset helps you understand that learning takes time and patience.
Ooh, Lord, yes. And be patient with yourself over time.
Ooh, I think that was for me.
Actually, it was for me, but
Okay,
you can have it too.
it's enough to go around.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week. Go out there and be good to each other.
God bless you,
Aloha.
Sybil. Thank you. Bye bye.